Welcome to an entirely truthful new episode of the Demonic Compendium, the show where I discuss the mythology, design, and game history of your favorite Megami Tensei demons. On my channel, I always strive to be as truthful and accurate as I can, but I feel I need to be extra careful today when dealing with a demon who will kill me if I'm not. So uncross those fingers and rethink exactly where you were on Friday night, Jeremy, because today we're talking about Xiezhi. Xiezhi, or Xiezhi as it's more commonly spelled in Megami Tensei games, also known as Kaichi in Japan and Kaiji in some blend of the two, I guess, is a mystical creature in Chinese folklore dating as far back as around 2300 BC. It's generally described to resemble a sheep, but certain other tales depict it more as a goat or even an ox.
Well, some kind of farm animal anyway.
The most prominent feature on the Xiezhi is the one giant horn sticking out from the top of its head. The legend goes that this creature was able to tell if a person was lying or not, and if they were, it would stab them with its horn and occasionally eat them. Such a useful power was immediately put to work, and the Xiezhi was tasked with sitting in on courtroom proceedings by Emperor Shun's Minister of Justice. I imagine trials do go a lot faster if you have a monster that gores people the instant they commit perjury. To this day, the Xiezhi is used as a symbol of Chinese legal proceedings, with statues of the being even decorating universities of law in the country. Different versions of the creature also exist under different names in other countries such as Korea and Vietnam. Xiezhi's Compendium entry from Persona 4 Golden refers to it as a spirit from Chinese legend, shaped like a sheep that can see through any lie. It occasionally appears in the human world to punish evildoers with the power stored in its sharp horn. Design-wise, Xiezhi's Kaneko design is simple but effective. I'm a huge fan of Kaneko designing its wool in the traditional spiral pattern seen in a lot of animal sculptures throughout East Asia. While real statues of Xiezhi generally show it with a bit of a smaller horn, I do dig the giant corkscrew thing we've got going on here, as it feels a bit more fitting to actual sheep, and also seems like it would hurt a lot more to be gored by it. There's also a Demi-Kid's design, which is a cartoonier looking sheep with a giant red horn going straight up. In the English version, this being was just called Kai, in reference to the Kaichi Japanese name. And I'm not sure what this part is supposed to be, but I just see it as an olive, and that makes me giggle, because it's like its horn is one of those cocktail swords. As far as game history goes, the Xiezhi has left its hoofy little footprints on a handful of games. I mean, just look. 1 Xiezhi, 2 Xiezhi, 3 Xiezhi. For starters, its name has just been all over the place. In the original Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, it was localized as Kaiji, but throughout the years, Atlas West eventually updated it in other titles, so that by the time we got to Nocturne HD Remaster, it was known as Xiezhi. However, this is still incorrect, as the proper spelling should take out that A, bringing it back to the Ji from older titles. According to the Megami Tensei Wiki, as of the time of making this video, in the first Digital Devil Saga, a group of Kaiji first appear aboard the deserted ship as members of the Solids. This is completely incorrect. Yes, Kaiji are random encounters found on the deserted ship, but there really is no specific A group of them. And at this point in the story, the Solids had already disbanded, so even if there was, they'd be brutes. I'm not sure if that actually qualifies as game history or not, but I do personally find it funny that such a glaring and obviously incorrect statement is on the page of a demon that's supposed to stab you if you give false information, so someone might want to update that. This also doesn't really count as game history, but one thing I find particularly amusing is that Xiezhi frequently uses Zeo-based spells in the game, such as in Persona 4. I just imagine its wool builds up all that static electricity like it's got a big cozy sweater on. In Persona Q, Shadow of the Labyrinth, Xiezhi appears as a lower level member of the Temperance Arcana, and is specifically required for the Elizabeth request, Fuse Xiezhi, where players are tasked with fusing a Xiezhi, or however else they're able to get one. It's a pretty straightforward early game quest that rewards players with 7,800 yen. Xiezhi's largest role in the franchise is arguably Devil Survivor 2, where Xiezhi is unlocked after reaching Fate Rank 3 with Irie Ban. Xiezhi is the first of 2 sheep-related demons unlocked by growing close to Irie, apparently due to the fact that she is a Capricorn. And there you have it, Xiezhi, the long-lasting, litigious little lancinating lamb of the law. Did I leave out something you thought was important? Was I just plain wrong about something? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to let me know who you'd like to see me talk about in future episodes. That's going to do it for this episode of the Demonic Compendium, and I'll see you next time. But be careful while you rest that a demon doesn't take over your body.